another video. So, yeah. So I've been gone all day doing things or running errands or whatever, and so I'm back. All right, and whew, and it's just so many things were piling on, man. And while I was gone and sitting in the car waiting for people and things like this, I didn't have any cards or anything, and I kind of wanted to do a video, but there's so many things that's hitting me at one point in time. This is why I wish I had some type of assistant or assistance. Sometimes it's not being needy. It's just like, again, even when I see certain people doing some of these proceedings and things like this in courtrooms and things like this. Um, oh, excuse me, y'all. Hold on one second. Many of times they are speaking on things and there's someone behind them typing things, there's someone taking notes, there's someone that is writing down things about what they want to go deeper and further into. Hold on one second. I gotta fix this carpet. It's been like this for days and I've been trying to deal with it. Let me pick up these cards. Oh my goodness. Okay. So there's many different things, but I don't want to even go into detail about some of these things. Like, again, with this so-called low-key competition, where I feel like it's not even a competition anymore, because I feel like these people have already placed certain people in positions. I think they're already doing to earth what they did in heaven, okay? With certain situations and situationships. All right, so that may be why we're on this Assyrian energy, because I feel like someone had came to, excuse me, damn, I still can't get, okay. So I feel like this is hindering on the fact that someone came to break something here, okay? Whew. This could be the way people operate and unfairly when it comes to the throne and different positions of power. We feel like we have a representation for feminine energies just because we have people that are in the likeness of women, which in the Bible, I feel we're talking about transgender energies. Now, I have no strife with transgender energies. I would not treat anybody differently. Again, I feel like people should choose. They should choose not to mess with children. Okay? So it's nothing personal, right? But again, like I said, whenever it comes to these offensive people want to be included. But when you start to include these things, like, and we're talking about, oh, men do this, women do this. Well, I want to include transgenders, because if this is a thing, then we have to include, then we're not being true to ourselves and where we are so-called advanced or, uh, what can we say, going the other way, you not advancing, okay, when it comes to society, right? So then we can't see like the creeping thing in the background. So again, sometimes you have to think, if it's not, if men do things and women do, sometimes it's something in the middle here that could be causing strife amongst those particular energies to push people to that middle bracket. So that's an agenda to me. I don't have problems with people per se, grown ass people that do what they want to do in their own homes, behind closed doors, in their bedrooms. But your preference in your bedroom should not alter your perception on something in making deals, arrangements, or decisions in the workplace when it comes to any type of system. What you do in the bedroom should not be your driving point for changing things in a workplace or something like this, a monarchy or whatever it would be, tribalism, whatever it would be. That should not be your push, because then we're hiding certain things. We're not discussing certain things that could turn into discrimination or low key, some type of exiling of certain individuals here. The fact that men and women think differently, the fact that I feel like some of these men, especially monarchy, okay, um, um, like, okay, it's already a secretive institution or something like this, right? And we're gonna call it an institution today. All right. So, like I said, I have to go back to my root core causes and the things that we were speaking of before, because we're talking about this Assyrian energy here. Now, this could be, I said, different groups and things, like, because we're even talking about, I was just watching something about Selassie and, the Lion of Judah and things like this. And they were talking about like the Bilderbergs and Boot de Boo and calling out all these names. But if we really think about it, yeah, those groups are just groups. Like the real groups that organizations and intricacies and industries that we're talking about are nowhere on the playing field. These are entities that may not even be human or from this planet. You know what I'm saying? This is like, it goes higher than that. So people call out these names. That's the safe zone in all actuality. So we have people making moves behind the scenes that support their efforts, their opinions, their way of thinking, and not really protocol. Okay. So again, never get it twisted, because initially what can happen is these groups that are crying, woe is me, oh, people don't accept us for being this way. I don't recall that many incidents. I don't know how many hate crimes are produced on these particular people, but I feel like it's very minimal, because now it seems like, again, there is a winning energy or spirit here where men are leaving women behind and moving towards some other type of secretive or other type of I don't want to use lucrative, but some other type of actions and fetishes and things like this in the bedroom. Has always been that way. Now, again, I feel like people are competing stuff where they don't compare. It's not your turn. It's not your. But again, this could get people to do things outside of the line. Like somebody is a successor to a throne, and somebody could also be doing things behind the scenes to change documents, to do illegal treasonous things behind the scenes to fit in someone else in a position that belongs to a so-called woman or belongs to one person, and you have a preference that you want to hide, and so you want to bring in a masculine energy, paint them up to be a feminine energy, or put lipstick on a pig and put them in a position of power or something that belongs to a woman. It was created that way for a reason. And if we're talking about thrones that's supposed to be Catholic or Presbyterian or whatever it would be, Baptist or whatever it would be, that just don't sound right. Now, it's not discrimination against these particular people that share that, but these are supposed to be leadership roles that are like, if you want to keep it real, that are supposed to be an upstanding, some type of, it's already enough that there's so many secrets and so many things you can't do and things like this, that, you know, we should at least know that we're looking at what would be that core value here. These people should not be able to infiltrate or invade that sacred space of a man and a woman coming together and being that being those leaders or those I want to say, it's a certain word that I'm looking for here. And it's not idols, it's a word that I'm looking for here. Role models, okay? Because that's kind of like what it is. It's already so much fake shit that go on behind the scenes. Can that not be real? But I feel like, again, there's different things that go on here, okay? You know, if we want to go into DNA and all this other stuff or whatever, or some of us that have been altered or something like this, possibly, as a child or before you were, at birth or something, that's something that you can't, possibly control or something like this, okay? But I still think that if that did happen and that caused an imbalance amongst, say, two females went through something, some kind of way or something during their birth, okay, or during their, because I feel like, again, there's two different births that we go through, but the one when you're coming out of your so-called mother's womb, okay, and then when we're birthing a nation or we're birthing something and bringing something into this new age or whatever this is, okay, so. I feel like this could be, like I said, it keeps more secrets. People have to keep these type of things under oath or in secret or something like this. And then lies and secrets build up. And then you have a whole phony baloney type of institution or something that is leading a nation, which, again, you can have, it seems like these people can have everything else. Why that too? No, I'm not saying it should be totally forbidden, but I feel like it should be something that should be looked into, because what I'm seeing is discrimination against the womb or discrimination against a certain type of female or feminine energy here. the advantages, if this is a competition, that somebody that might even lay more on masculine energy when it comes to brute force, or when it comes to I'm going to stand up and I'm a warrior or something like this, and you may have those physical attributes. You may be physical, you may need to get physical, you know what I'm saying? You might be a fighter, you might be, you could get aggressive when it comes to that. You could also kind of think like a man, but not on the level where there could be somebody else competing with you. Even like I said, if these were two people that had some kind of weird instances here, this other person could be wired though, to have a different type of logical brain, to be tapped into other fields where these men, this person could be closer mentally, or have telepathic or other type of communication, or be in a code with these so-called brothers, that the feminine energy that's sitting all the way over here would not be in, because they're not in the same thinking right mind. I feel like there is something here where some of these minds have been altered here, okay, to be able to be on one accord. All right. And I feel like that would be a little bit unfair and imbalanced as the way that people think strategically when it comes to whatever type of warfare, battle, or fight, or competition this would be. There will be certain advantages that this energy would have that this particular other feminine energy would not be having. And then you have, when these people are already working with these people and building with these people behind the scenes, that's another disadvantage for someone that is not. Because that means that these people are already, they're looking at you saying, well, get it together. I handle my business. But who are you handling it with? You have, somebody is handling you with what they call it, kitten gloves or something like this here. While somebody has even tried to use some type of, I feel, science or technology to absolutely block out my gifts. The gifts were there, or the ability to connect with certain entities, and now it's not. So it feels like, even if this was so I feel like somebody trying to cover up something, saying like something was a love spell or something. I know what I'm talking about, because I've always had a heightened sense of being able to see. I have a gift to be able to read between the lines, and also to see when people are lying and shit like this. So again, that would be a disadvantage for these people, even if they think they so much smarter than me with all their activities and their gang stalking, because there's multiple people on one accord that don't have to say a word to each other, because they could be telepathically communicating with each other to get these smear campaigns, or these particular sneak attacks that other people might not be able to detect, but these people know me and my gifts, and they know that I can detect them. So again, 100 people can watch this video and they won't get nothing from it, or they might think, oh, this is a nice story, or this person is talking about this, but I can hear the same story with my gifts, and I can already know, being tapped into that Gnostic energy, what parts of this story you're talking about. Because again, once you already tapped into my energy, it's so strong, I feel these people can't really deal without it. So I feel like this gives them an advantage too, because now again, men could have been set up with technology or some other type of advantage here as being the so-called man of the house, right? That these masculine energies could use these abilities to then spy also on their wives, and see what's going on with their wives, and dictate and try to go behind the scenes and get information, or on her thoughts. If she hasn't having passionate, thoughts about a celebrity or a poster on her wall or something like this, they could try to use these particular things, you know what I'm saying? Like as if this woman is dealing with this person in real life or something, to come against this woman and bring some type of charges. When again, the woman has no access. You may be one of these women that feel like, how is it that all these people feel like they're in my energy? And even this masculine, he's silent, but I could tell he sees something. But I feel like I can't read him. I can read everybody else. That's a question for me. That is a concern for me. That I can't read the person that's laying in the same house with me, but things have been proven that there's either something attached to this person, or this person themselves, that something is not right. It seems like this person is sleeping with the enemies, or contending, or gathering, or communing with the enemies, and it's silent. I feel like even when I went through my twin flame zone, right, I was still verbal about it. I was like, oh, Taurus. He knew about who these masculines were, how I felt about it was nothing held back. It was something the whole family kind of knew. They experienced me go through this particular experience. There was nothing to hide. I also want to note that people keep saying, keep people out of your business, have a private life. what I want to say to people that feel frustrated when they hear that, like I do, because some of you did not have a choice. Some people used a Delilah energy, or they used to cut you off, or they used a certain feminine energy like a Rahab energy to send these men in to mingle with you, whether it be telepathically or otherwise. Mine was only strictly that from my knowledge. I don't know what these men could have been conspiring again when we're talking about the sleep realm or this fentanyl shit or whatever behind the scenes. I don't that you know what I'm saying? It could be my problem if they were doing something to me, but it's not to my knowledge all the way. Strange occurrences, feeling some kind of way, okay. But again, I would have to have some type of recordings or something. And that's the scary thing too, because these people could have been doing that to some women here. I'm picking up on a collective energy here. Everything that I'm talking about is not always personal here, but I will, most times you guys will know when it is. And I don't tell you deeply rooted feelings and, conversation that we're having that are intimate. We talk about things here that might be a random thing that somebody might say that might sound biblical, or it might correspond with a reading, or it's something that you remember from your childhood of a certain conversation. Nothing too deep, right? So again, they because you talk about this and you talk about other instances that you're picking up, somebody wants to say you're sharing your business online. You're when you may not you may absolutely not be sharing the things. Even if it is something that you're sharing, it's not the things that these people know. So how in the hell do they know it? Either they're conspiring with this person, or these people have some type of illegal access or unmonitored access or something in my home that I am not 100% totally aware of. But with my gifts, I can tell somebody is watching me. It's a heaviness over me. If a lot of people are in my energetic field, if I'm at the grocery store, at the mall, there's a certain sense of something. Sometimes it can be overwhelming for me with my particular gifts. Same thing if I feel like people are watching. And then again, if you are a feminine energy and you are a seer and you go into a community of seers and you're like, oh, it's cool. It's other people out here like me or something like this, right? Now, you might find out that some of these Queen of Cups are actually gifted and some of these Queen of Cups are spies. And you might start hearing about things up to the moment that are happening around you in your home, in your atmosphere, or something like this. See, this is where they get this trying to call feminine energies mad or crazy or something at some point in time. But I feel like, again, I have maybe not physical evidence, but of many of these things, but some of this stuff is documented, okay? And then some of this stuff is it's just a sense of knowing. And the people on the other side will know too. It's just if these people want to be honest about it or honest with themselves or not. So many of you might not be. Again, up until 2 years ago, nobody knew what my spouse looked like. They still probably don't, because I haven't really posted a picture. And if I did, they wouldn't have known that was this person. They don't know. They didn't know what I look like unless they went on my Facebook. My face was not in my YouTube videos. It was only my voice. I never talked about anything about my home or children or anything until I felt like I had to fight back or had to. It's like somebody putting a court case on public display. Nobody coming in to speak. Somebody must have been concerned about this, but nobody coming in to speak privately, causing it for me to feel like all of this stuff is pressuring and piling on me if I don't say something. You see what I'm saying? So I try to stick to the main things that could be a problem instead of talking about little conversations or little things that happen and things like this. I try to talk about the agenda or the overriding whatever it is that people could be using, like gang stalking and things like this, and bring awareness to those particular things. So like I said, some of you didn't have a choice. Some of your enemies are watching you. Some of your enemies, these people have used some type of technology to tap these people into your energy so they can see what you see. So again, that is also cheating. That's an unfair advantage for a woman to study another woman's household and figure out what it is that's lacking or what is missing. This is what we're talking about in the Bible when they talk about the Hebrews, and these women will sit for 3 months or something like this and watch these particular women. It's kind of gross if you think about it, right? It's kind of disturbing, right? To know that somebody could, rather your person allowed them to, or they're not aware of it, it still will invade whose privacy? The women that are going through this, and they have to go like it down the hall at school with a period blood stain on the back of your pants. You go online, you find a group, you might be seeking some kind of insight. These tarot readers are saying things up to the exact whatever it is, but you're not knowing that some of these people that are so-called readers are some of these people that are also Queen of Cups energies that are seeking who's the fairest of them all, or the most precious stones, so they can pluck them stones right out of your head, or pluck them stones right out of your life and use them for their own gain here. Okay? So that's a problem. What is the job description? What are you really supposed to be doing? If it's to make somebody feel safe, it really don't feel like that to me. So this must be some type of gain. Somebody is trying to gain something, some momentum. A lot of times these could be people from other tribes or other jurisdictions, okay? That have this type of access. That is a sexual immorality. When I feel like we're talking about royals, that's a sexual immorality that is unforgiven. These are the things that should lead people to jail. And it could be proven just with a certain, with my ear, with my gifts. But again, if these people are all fighting against me, they're going to say, oh, well, we need proof, or we need this, or we need that. And again, the fact that people can press charges like we read the other day against somebody just because they want to, or they can change some type of code or something because they say so. That's a scary thing to me. Or put somebody in a mental state, or a mental illness, a state of mental illness. The woman that is sleeping with your man or planning to break up your family and take your man or your woman can go to a courtroom and make these accusations against someone, complete strangers that you don't know. Or they can use family members to do this. And these family members might have certain credentials, but it might be they might have took a deal with the devil or something like this in order for them to sell you out, a book deal or something like this, in order to sell you out, to make it more comfortable for this person to give their assessments or their thoughts. Some of these family members, you might not have had a deep conversation with these people at the root in 10 years, 7 years, 5 years, 3 years. And these people are in a courtroom talking about you. They may don't even know your children's names, but they're in a courtroom with these enemies of your estate, speaking about things that are going on in your house and how you may be unfit to be a mother or a leader or anything. That shit sounds ridiculous to me. The people that this masculine, if somebody is courting, wanting to court you, the people that they're talking to are plotting and planning to have this masculine deal with somebody else in the family, not you. It's your crown, it's your reign, and they're still trying to figure out how, for a third cycle or a second or third time, how they can, now that you're awakening to who you are and what possibly have been going on, and that there is an interdimensional level to this shit, or at least dual energy here. You're a problem. They're gonna leave. They're gonna label you as a rebel, or someone that needs to leave or go, or someone that needs to be dealt with or contained here. Okay. We got this man seeing this psychiatrist or whatever. But again, this is like this get out energy, because it's like a swirly pit right here on the ground here. This could even be somebody going to talk to a lawyer or going to talk to some kind of therapist or something about their problems. But this therapist, this Larry, I don't know, this therapist, this Larry or something, whatever, I don't know. Okay, could be a part of this coven or these group of people that really want to take you out or take you down. All right. So again, I'm seeing swirling energy here. Some type of abyss or something here. This person doesn't look too relaxed here, sitting here in this, lying here on this chaise either. We also have this King of Pentacles here, though, that can use his American Eagle or whatever to go out and, you know, figure things out here. So this could be a masculine energy coming to his main feminine energy, using this energy to go high, fly high as the eagle, to bring some awareness here. Because this could be somebody's real twin flame that you're tapping into, and they need you to tap into something. Because right now they got this thing hanging on this temple or this castle with this black beetle. Somebody could be waking up from Stockholm syndrome or mind control and realizing that they're with the wrong person, and they might be being told that they can't get out of a situation. But these people also may not be letting them go to visit their God. So there might be jurisdictions or different things that have been set up now. Something has altered here. It's not going to be on the news. It's not going to be televised. Everybody's not going to know it. Again, it will be these people on this one mind energy that would know if you are in a zone that is a concentration camp or something like this at this particular point in time. Some of these people could have knew you were there, knew where you were, stayed at bay the whole time, never approached you, right? In that Knight of Pentacles energy here. And knew about certain guidelines, tried to send you ridiculous, signs and symbols that you would never be able to really figure out, or you might just get tired of playing them fucking games and just leave it alone altogether, knowing that you would be stuck in a situation here. Okay? Now, I don't think anybody can control me, constrain me, sell me, rent me, borrow me, loan me, barter me out, or nothing like this. But I feel like that don't mean that these people are not doing this. And if they can't do that, that don't mean that they're not trying to get you put up in some institution or some type of imprisonment for crimes that these people have committed. These people will commit crimes and then say that you're doing it because you fight against crime, or you exploit these people's faces on your, and they take this as a threat. It should very well be. But I don't have a team. I don't have a military. I'm not out here in the daytime or the middle of the night going anywhere, doing anything to these people. If I say off with your heads, that's an Alice in Wonderland. We could be talking about a fucking fairy tale. Or we could be talking about the truth. Or maybe you do have assistance from some other type of beings or some shit like this. I don't know. Some ancestors or something like this. I don't know. Okay? So what I'm saying is it goes a little bit deeper. So then somebody want to keep you in gossip manner or just talking about like tarot energy. You know what I'm saying? And they get their nose turned up when you bring the Bible out, tarot in your mind all together to show these people on 3 different accords here. You don't need all these witnesses and everything like this because look, the word. I always learn one thing, that when somebody want to battle against you about something like this, go back to the word. Then they'll say that this is spell work, but these people behind the scenes going in your records, changing things and altering things and grafting their cells onto your family tree meticulously. Could be working with your spouse, your mothers, your sisters, your brothers, because this person showed them how to get the money or the bag from you. So they honor this person or hold them up high. Oh, this person thinks they're holier than thou because they think that they're the son of God. Okay, well, we're going to show this person. So it's really jealousy, envy, and strife. We're going to lie with this Ace of Swords. We're going to lie on this person because it's in reverse here. So somebody could be also lying, all right? Or this King of Pentacles could be sending this eagle eye approach out here to see if somebody has been lying about something. Or this could be somebody that want to spread lies about someone in a certain situation here. Okay? 7 of Cups here, because maybe this person can't have that haughty or that higher something advantage. So again, a lot of these people will send out like signals or I feel like they're using 5G towers to put, you could feel somebody pulling on your energy probably naturally, but I feel like it gets more intense if we think about these 5G towers and what they really put them up for, okay? And we don't really talk about them anymore, that it could turn into torture if you don't come on here and speak your piece. So, but really they just want to twist and turn your energy to get you to say something that will help them out. To get you to say something that could end you up in jail or incriminate you. If someone ends up hurt that you might be on your wall, I am just the person that's the messenger and the prophetess. You see what I'm saying? My movements can be tracked. So I don't see how that means that these people are working with some other energies, intricacies, and industries behind the scenes to try to force something. So these people will talk about, and if you don't leave your house much because God got you limiting your steps because he know that they're trying to set landmines and in different traps or snares or something like this, right? Then there's a problem with you staying to yourself in the home. Being totally sane and helping other people that may be going through this by sharing these prophecies or these stories or whatever this would be. to give someone else comfort or something that may be going through something like this on a different level, because it ain't nothing that I do in my, anybody can try to call me a copycat if you want, but there's nothing that I do in my life that show up in the world the same way that another motherfucker or group of motherfuckers did it. So I know my work, even if somebody else is putting lipstick on a pig, dressing it up real fancy, and putting it in and plumping it up with fillers and filters and putting it up in front of the people, as if that's me. I know my work. And I hear somebody saying it's not who did it first, it's who did it best. But it's who did it first if that bitch is copying off of my information and you keeping me restricted online from growth. So other people will think if I bring up certain facts or something that this bitch is bringing up, that I got it from her, when she might sit there and study my fucking information all day to try to get anything that she has. Now maybe this person is off and running on their own and they could get it out the mud somewhat they self. But bitch, don't forget where you came from. And you should never bite the fucking hand that feeds you and continue to do so over and over again and be haughty about it and put it in my fucking face and play in my face, because I'm telling you, there's the energy about me that once I'm onto your ass, I will let you rest. I'm a motherfucker that will sit there at the damn starting line and let you get a head start. But I'm telling you, eventually I will find you and I will let your ass have it. That's spiritually. I'm going to find out about you and what you're doing, and I am going to expose it, and you're going to feel like I'm on your ass. It ain't even got to be physical. And then you're going to know that you've been got. And you're going to know that no stone shall be the fucked turned. And it don't matter who the fuck you is and how much money you got or how much of an advantage or how many people might be wearing my crown right now, which is a treasonous act. And bitch, that would be, if this was the 1800, I will walk up to you and cut your fucking. Let's keep moving. Again, you have to excuse me. I have to be my own warrior, my own militiaman. So if my mouth get foul, that's the military in me. You get what I'm saying? That's the military. That's what do they call it? The Navy what do they call it? Like a cussing sailor or something. That's my sailor energy. You get my drift? Because I feel like these other people don't care about nobody. They could be sending their sons and daughters against me and getting these people tangled up in the things here. Some of these women could be also sleeping with the men in their group or there's something, and then think that they're going to come from one jurisdiction or they're going to come from one area and bring their covetous asses over here in this energy and then covet and grow here. These men or whoever the fuck been on my team, because you can't go nowhere else since you've been here, or you would be incriminating me, especially secretly without me knowing, just sneaking away, fucking with this bitch and bringing her into my yard on my grounds without cutting that hole in half when she first got the fuck here. That's a problem. Then that means you motherfuckers came together. See? Because I could go a 0 to 100 real quick, and I could also be cool with your ass and love you to death and cut your motherfucking ass off that way too. But these people think it don't matter what you do. We already won. We have already changed this and we put this in. That's what the fuck you think. Not only that, have these people, I can't even freely listen to music on my Pandora. These hoes have infiltrated and are basically communicating with me with this music, taunting me about these masculines that I don't even have time to think about right now. If we talk about spiritual abundance, they can't even afford me at this point in time. See, you thinking you doing something because you took some trash, because that's what it would be if they left me to go to you and do some trashy shit to keep it that way. You need that. You need that. You need the third party, bitch, because you need him to still be connected to me in some sense. So the abundance comes from me, bitch. The abundance ain't never came from you hoes, because that's what the fuck you is. And I ain't even talking about really how many men you slept with. I'm just saying that's just what you're coming off as. Covetous energies, Jezebel spirits, succubus, boo hag energies, skin crawlers, skin walkers. And don't tell me that these people are using their energy for healing. You're using it for stealing. And some of these hoes is just weird. They get addicted to your, they know they can't really survive off it without your energy. They get addicted to your energy and they try to get these niggas hit off. So it'll just be them having some type of ownership or title over you. And I don't think anybody should be living a life where they don't know what's going on. Where you should, if you want to have this system that you got set up, there should be a place where I can go and tap a screen or something and pull up everything about myself in this social credit system and see what people got on my credit any time of the day. I should be the way, if you want to use that type of technology, whatever the fuck you're doing, I should have all access to information that's pertaining to me. That means I should be able to pull up a page or something on my PC or my computer. All right, they got my IP, all this shit you motherfuckers store. I should be able to see to make sure ain't nobody doing nothing in my name, using my social security number, doing anything with my credit or anything. Getting something out in my name. So again, who does this benefit? These crooks that are able to continue to do this, or does it benefit the people that are being victimized by these people and then called to be called to be the ones that are committing the crimes? You've been victimized, but you don't like to play victim. But they're gonna point the finger at you for you to take the fall for the crime that they committed. Let's do another roll, okay? I think this is it here, okay? You ain't never won nothing. I'm telling you, anything that been here is always going to be interested in coming back. At some point in time. So these hoes feel like they got to do whatever this is to make sure that somebody can't never leave their side doing spell work and shit like this. Bitch, I ain't got to do that. Nor am I going to run and chase a motherfucker ever. It just ain't going to be. You could say I'm fat. You could whatever the fuck you want to say. It don't matter. It ain't going to be me. These is hoes that want to teach other people about self-love. Do you love thyself? You didn't love yourself enough to think that you can go out there and find you a man or find you a situation or something of your own. You must love me that much, bitch, to get all up in my business and find out about me and then try to lay that shit out as if it's you. These people are sick. So let's go into the biblical text. We got our cards here. We're going to read a little bit and then we're going to pull a little bit. And if my hands are ashy, it's just because I just washed them. Okay? All right? So it's saying here that somebody is going to be somebody's peace here. Okay? And I don't like this whole energy because this is all kind of people. It's mainly men that don't have the women's or the womb's highest their well-being is not very important to these particular masculine energies here. So again, they may turn the eye when these women are abusing or sending abusive nature or going with these women to try to, like I said, send out Page of Wands energy towards these women so that they can end up something like this here. And then they can get rid of this woman altogether. So they'll suck on your energy like a cannibal and eat on your flesh like a cannibal and then get you to a certain point where they don't need you no more. And they go behind the closed doors and see how they can get somebody to come up in your zone. You know what I'm saying? And hit your ass up. And you end up like this. And somebody's like, well, that's not mine. Or I didn't do this, or we haven't been doing this, so how did this happen? And it's to get you out of a kingdom. And I'm saying anytime that this is what these people is doing, all right? A lot of people are using their children as some type of bait or something like this. They don't care about these children. And I'm saying these children could be grown-ass people that's under their reign or under their jurisdiction. Who knows what kind of Freaky Friday, Frankenstein type of shit they out here doing with people's mental and with their energy. I noticed that even coming from my area back into a certain area, a hometown, or driving through there, all the music in my Pandora is is usually the same type of shit that come on. And when I left, different music and stuff, more nostalgic energy from the 80s and shit came back into my feed here. which was very strange here. Maybe even a small energy shift. Mm. So I'm pretty sure this is what these people already know, though. They just want to make sure you don't end up in none of these places at a certain time around certain individuals or something to get that same vibe. So we have, if Assyrians invades our country and treads upon our land, we shall raise against it 7 shepherds. Now this could be that energy that we seen out here earlier with the 7 of wands, I think it was, that was out here. No, I'm thinking 7 of swords, 5 of swords. Oh, the 5 of swords. Okay, I think was out here when somebody, these people came into a certain area, basically trying to invade, and the person was able to confiscate their weapons. So I don't know. This could be something. I don't. This is when I turn somewhat feminine because I'm not out there in the field. It'd be nice to be sometimes or whatever like this. If it could be avenging, you know what I'm saying? From these, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, I digress. It's almost like Washington leading the people to the cavalry or something, and then later on end up being the president. But he was already a part of a militia prior to whatever that was. And then again, I think there was some discrepancies about who was going to be first, John Adams or him or whatever like this. But yeah, okay. So we have yeah, so that could be that, because the person was collecting all the people were strewn on the ground and slew, and he was picking up the weapons, the 5 swords or whatever, and taking them away. All right. So again, this could be something here. Something could be a setup as well. All right. Somebody could be holding a princess. Well, a princess. Sometimes I feel like a princess. Okay. So again, somebody could be holding like a emperor, queen, or somebody hostage. Now that's not going to look the same way as show you in a movie, y'all. This is them using technology and other type of fields. I want to say auric field. I don't even know what the hell that is, in order to do this here. Using other things like that are supposed to be due to you as a certain individual right now with privileges that are not your black card, your whatever card you would have. You know what I'm saying? There's another card for the streets or something. I don't know what I wanted to call it. Okay. But somebody could be having this type of access or something that you don't have. Oh, keys to the streets. That's what I want to say. Because the Hierophant got keys to the streets. All right. Keys to the city. Something like this. So usually, like I said, if somebody sees you doing something wrong, that we're bringing you in for something, or if this is a family or something, somebody's going to come to you and say, hey, we seen you was doing them videos. You know what I'm saying? Okay, this is what the deal is. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just let you know this, so you know, they just, it's a reason why this is happening. Just don't panic or something, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? But somebody wants somebody to do something to. But again, I feel like there's no. I don't like that. There's no reins. Nobody's putting no fucking muzzle or no bridle or whatever the fuck this is. I just feel like that's not gonna be for me. Not until not until I see the first trickle, right? And that's going to be some type of abundance or something to come from whatever the fuck these people have been doing, some type of truth. Okay. So we have, again, we shall raise against it 7 shepherds. Okay. So I don't know why I want to say the 7 of swords, because then the 7 of swords is somebody stealing or sneaky Pete sneaking off with something here. Okay. It says 8 men of royal rank, and they shall tend the land of Assyria with. So these are I'm just getting men that worship behinds. They worship behinds. They like women with a certain type of behind. This is what I feel, okay? Or backside, okay? So we have this energy here, okay? But it could be talking about something else, or Syria. We have Syria here. So this could be what Syria is talking about here, okay? Again, to each his own. It says the sword. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on. I need to read that one more time, y'all. It says, shall tend to the land of Assyria with the sword. Okay? So this could be maybe cutting off these certain type of people here. All right? Maybe they're getting too strong or too something here. All right? They could also be trying to lure these men. Could you imagine being someone who is a royal or something like this, or being someone who would have to refrain yourself from being intimate with someone until you get on that night and you find out that this person have a whole different makeup than what you thought. I feel like this is how they got people into these so-called unhealthy or these cold situationships in the past. We'll just say that. And why somebody would have had to have a mistress or something too. Or mister. We have in the land of Nimrod with the drawn sword, and we shall be delivered from Assyria. So with the drawn sword, that's giving me my Christ energy, my Knight of Swords from my dual deck here. And we shall be delivered from Assyria, if it invades our land and treads upon our borders. So this could be this energy here, okay, of this so-called moon energy here. There's a lot of, dark energy here, okay? And then Jacob is giving me like a werewolf, or where is the wolf? I don't know, kind of energy here, okay? It says the remnant of Jacob shall be, or the wolf pack or clan or something, in the midst of many people, like dew coming from the Lord, like raindrops on the grass, which wait for no man, excuse me, nor tarry for the sons of men. So I feel like, again, they don't tarry for the son, so they don't wait or assist or something like this for the sons of men, okay? And the remnant, this could also be another woman stepping in that don't give a care about the people in that area or something like this. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the nations in the midst of many people, like a lion amongst the beasts of the forest, like a young lion amongst the flock of sheep when it passes through. So this could be somebody that's a lion. These people could feel under attack, but these people have been poking the lion and cutting his claws off and everything like this, and probably shearing down, or you know, uh, filing down his teeth. When it passes through, it tramples and tears, and there is none to deliver your hand. So this might be why somebody put invisible. They might have tried to cut me off earlier, or they might be trying to also put even more restrictions on my channel, pretending like someone is listening or cares from some of these court proceedings. But in all actuality, they're just doing that to boost you on, so that ultimately they're going to want something. Again, problem, reaction, solution. They're going to want something in return or something like this. And I refuse to be any type of contracts unless it is something that I know and I've read my own self. I don't want nobody else signing for it. No fathers, no mothers, no spouses, no brothers, no motherfucking body. I am not incompetent. I could be schooling these motherfuckers. I've taught them. I've brought them up. I showed them things. And you're going to then try to call me insane? It's nothing no different than I've shared here. But I'm pretty sure I was a part of this unchaining the minds of certain motherfuckers. Your hand will be lifted above the foes, and all your enemies shall be destroyed. All right. It says again, I will abolish the means of, I'm skipping down a little bit, of divination. So again, this may be people using this divination or something like this in order to spy or something. I don't know. And there shall no longer be soothsayers amongst you. Okay. I will abolish your carved images. These could be people that's getting this BBL or this fucking whatever this is, and your sacred pillars. These could be also some phallus energies that are fucking magical. Okay, I don't know. I haven't witnessed one, but maybe somebody else have. Okay, and it says from your midst, and you shall no longer adore the works of your hands. So again, these could be handmaids, or this could be also why I put up something about I will tear apart your idols or break down your idols here. All right. I will tear out the sacred poles from your midst and destroy your cities. Now, these sacred poles making me think about Okay. These are wands possibly. This could also be, like I said, this may be also, I'm telling you, if there's some alien energies here, just keep that in mind. And we'll just keep on and continue. I will wreak vengeance in your anger and wrath upon your nations that have not hearkened. So this could be every knee shall bow type of energy here. And since ain't nobody coming towards me with that vibe, I'm going towards people. That must mean that somebody is the person that is like tapped in somewhere or mentally inclined here on this particular note. So let's just pull, because I didn't want to keep us too long in reading. All right. Who? I hope you guys are enjoying your day thus far. Okay. Mm. Let's see. We'll just use these since they're already out here. Okay, I was just looking for those. Let's see if we have an ancestors message today. These are my little ancestors cards. I don't know why. I don't like using this deck, but I think it is this is the amount of cards. I don't know where else they would be. But I like thick decks. Everything bigger is what I like. Okay? Maybe it's that little bit of Texas in me. But all my exes live in Texas. This made me wonder here. Do these masculines that pass through me go through some type of initiation or go through some type of something here? Okay, where they go on a traveling route that I should be going on? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just a weird. Hold on. You know what? Oh, you know what? See, I'm always trying. Okay, I didn't even think that we could even do this. I really didn't. Okay. All right, hold on. Come on, get back in there. Okay, let me see. I'm getting excited before I even do it, y'all. Is it too? Shit. I got too excited too fast. I thought that this deck would fit with this one, but it don't. It don't. The thing that make me mad is that many of these people that's contesting and going against you, they're not in their right mind. And they're trying to examine yours. It just bothers me, guys. It does. It just bothers me. Okay. Or a lot of these people don't even believe in God. They've never been there to assist you. They never babysat your children. They never took time off to come see you deliver any of your children. Any of this shit. It's just very funny to me. While again, some of your real family could have been in the background this whole time, or they probably didn't have access to you. There could be some type of abundance that was coming from this other actual real family that you never got. These people always stole it, used it, or did something to it. I just feel like there's so much chaos. In the beginning was the dark void and everything. I feel like this is just what this is. Some type of awakening here where everybody else was awakened first and they were able to ridicule witches and shit like this. Okay, and these witches benefited off of the abundance of this person here. And now they got this person barefoot and pregnant, and these people are trying to figure out what they're going to do because she is making merry or something here. But I feel like, again, this old woman is concerning me. This makes me think that a feminine energy has attached herself onto me and my child. Maybe they have, they're looking at this masculine as unholy, locked up. I don't know if this is the clone or not, but I just feel like a woman is stepping in here. Somebody could be wearing his energy. Like, it creeps me out, actually. So then, of course, in certain women's houses, that can cause discord. All right, because you may be purifying and cleansing and trying to keep your body in your balance and shit in order, and then you got to be because you're picking up on energy. You just can't help it. You're not crazy. You know what you're talking about, but it's hard for you to engage, especially if you deal with men that are not very emotional creatures. Your particular masculine could be not that emotional or something like this, right? So you're dealing with this type of person here, and then you got to deal with the fact that you're dealing with this spiritual warfare or something, and this person is acting like the shit ain't going on. So obviously he can't protect you on no spiritual level, so you got to really amp up your game. You see what I'm saying? When it comes to you and your children, if you have daughters especially, and you know that there's some weird shit going on with you. So again, this means that this could be going on with my daughters that live in the house or out of it. So that's a concern for me. All right, so we have an emotional release. Somebody could be having some type of emotional release. Let's just pull on this because I feel like there is somebody. You may not be, you know what I'm saying? Source may have your heart on ice or something like right now just to deal with this shit on a certain type of level here. All right, we have death here. Okay, And these are not coming out, so I'm gonna put them up here, but they're really calling my name. Okay, so let's see what comes out. I only want two more. You know, and a lot of times the children don't want to hear about it, but you know, it's, again, this is means that you know, you have to wonder about that too, because then they're not gonna, if something were to happen to you, they won't have a place to pick up from when this type of awakening happens to them. See, so then now again, it's not literally that the enemy could be teaching your children in school. See, because we say, oh, the school is your enemy. They could be, okay, it's not that. It's the other children and entities and energies that are attached to them children that they're engaging with in the schools at that time. It's the other influences here. Because really, the school work don't really drive that many people crazy and everything. It's the relationships in the different bullying and all this other uncomfortable. It's these things. I would say biblically, uncomfortability and things like this that drive these children to some type of. So if you experience bullying, people jumping you, you having to fight back or show your strength and body slam people and fight off people, and you know, maybe even family members watching it happen and not help you or something like this, you know, your children might have to go through this same thing. And you wonder, what is this? This is some type of cycle. Now, if this happened to me and I was awkward and I know I'm a good person, I'm a sweet person, I give off a lot of love. My daughter came to me and said, I'm just tired of the fakeness or the fake love. Like, I really give out really advice, and I'm the person that, and this child only 13. And I'm the one that people can come to with their problems, but they're never there for me. So again, even on this, you see what I'm saying, in school, and then on this level, I'm dealing with this on a spiritual level with energies that want to come in and pile on their burdens on me, and then evacuate the situation. Now, even if they move from my energy, now are these same energies applying themselves to my child now? And if I couldn't take them burdens, then again, we would have to question really this spiritual shit and what it really means and what it really could be doing. Because we could talk about everything. We could talk about the desk in school. We could talk about COVID and how they have, because children are very intelligent. And just because they were out of school for 2 years, don't mean that they didn't bounce back. Come on now. They could do a test on it. I know we keep talking, oh, they lost track of these 2 years. No, let's talk about the real shit now. See? Because that's what you got to do. If you're going to come over here, we got to talk about the real shit. 9 times out of 10, most of these children melted right back into school with no fucking problems. I want to see the numbers on it. If somebody, I'm just guessing, but I'm just saying, because I raised children, I babysat children and been around children. So I'm pretty sure these children bounce right back. Even my daughter spent an extra 2 years in homeschool, and and now she's in the school, and then now what is she bounced right, she's not coming in here talking about I'm having a hard time with this. She bounced and fit right back in, and we was doing freestyle over here. So I think people put too much emphasis. All the shit that these children learn in school, they could learn that shit by the time 8th grade. They could go to job, they could go to a vocational center in the 8th grade, learn a skill, and have that skill and a diploma in their hands by the time they walk out of the 8th grade. And then go out into the work field and do something or build something, be an entrepreneur or something like this. The whole other shit that we doing, listen, we ain't got to get on the whole that kind of sermon, okay? Oh, we already have the card out here. Let's see. We have ancient wisdom here, okay? All right. But these people more worried about speaking about sex ed or something in school or some shit like this than, you know what I'm saying, how to advance the whole school system altogether so these children can get out. And if you really thought about it, these people, if they was really that smart and they really just working from people to go from this, from the cradle or the crib to prison or to some type of job or something that they're going to be working for the man, it would just make a lot of sense. You would be able to get them in there sooner than that. But again, this might be people are still in, they're excited in their creative space, and they may think more so along the lines of being entrepreneurs, which can really leave you generational wealth instead of just a job. Because a doctor can't leave that job. He could have a practice, and the child could want to be a doctor too, hopefully, and then you could leave that practice to a child. But most of the time, it don't go that way. Unless it's a family of doctors that this is just what you got to do, or this is what you do. Most times, whatever these jobs is at the factory or something like this is not going to leave no generational wealth. Once you gone and that job, it's over. So we have the hagstone here with protection here in reverse. So somebody, like I said, I felt like somebody removed somebody's protection from someone. We got ritual, magic, and innovation. And I feel like there's a masculine energy that think that he want to do it his way only, and he definitely don't need nobody with no ideas coming around here that could fix something or something like this, or no, they want to do it some other kind of way here. Okay, we got ritual magic in reverse here. We got the herb garden and medicinal energy here. All right, so somebody might want you to, I mean, this is kind of like the ancestors' wisdom with the medicinal energy. So again, this could be natural resources or something like this, natural healing, um, something like this that somebody wants you to practice or something like this. Okay, all right. We have forgiveness in reverse, and we have innovation in reverse here. And then we have abundance but no protection. So again, somebody might give you something, but they know already that there's hounds or vultures waiting to take it from you. So somebody could say you waiting for an inheritance. Somebody. Okay, hold on a second. Somebody could bring it into you, but they already, hold on 1 second, please. But they already know that somebody's waiting in the background here to take these pentacles. There's a pentacle here in this purse. But I feel like with this in reverse, this witch is not going to be able to do this. But I feel like this is what somebody had planned here. Initially here. All right, so hold on 1 second. This child is calling my name. Hold on 1 second. Ma. Yes, I hear you.